Good evening, sir. Amit, sir, can you hear me? This is Dr. Satish Kumar, sir. Hello. Hello. Amit, sir, can you hear me, sir?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening,
Amir,
ma'am.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
ma'am, this is Dr. Satish Kumar. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes,
We
sir.
can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Then I'll be on
Am
mute,
I
madam.
audible to everyone?
Yeah, it is audible, ma'am. It is audible.
I start with a quote by George Washington Carver. Education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom, empowering individuals to reach their full potential. A very good evening to one and all. Welcome to 1 week online FTP and workshop on ethical and responsible AI challenges and opportunities. I'm Lalita, Assistant Professor in the Department of Commerce and Management from Dayanand Sagar College, and I will be your session coordinator for today's event. On behalf of the Coimbatore Institute of Technology in collaboration with AMIEE Association, it's my pleasure to welcome the dignitaries, participants from various colleges across the world who are with us. Welcome to you all once again. The AMIEE Association is a leading professional organization committed to advancing AI, machine learning, innovation, entrepreneurship, and engineering across India. With over 100 esteemed members, including head of the department from renowned colleges and industry professionals, AMIEE is a dynamic platform fostering networking, knowledge sharing, and collaboration with the field of AI, machine learning, innovation, entrepreneurship, and engineering. Through collaboration, education, and advocacy, AMIEE strives to be a leading force in shaping the future of technology and entrepreneurship. We are pleasure to have Dr. Rakesh Sharma as a chief guest for 1 week online FTP and a workshop on ethical and responsible AI challenges and opportunity. Sir is the former VC, IEC University Rector, Acharya University, Advisor, Government of Jharkhand. We are happy to have you with us today, sir. I would like to introduce Dr. R. Satish Kumar. He is the advisory committee member for 1 week online FTP and a workshop on ethical and responsible AI challenges and opportunities. Dr. R. Satish Kumar is a professor at Department of Management Studies in Surana College, Kingiri, Bangalore. He is an accredited management teacher from All India Management Association, New Delhi. Sir has 18 years of rich academic experience along with intensive research exposure in the field of management. He attained his PhD in management from Anna University, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Sir research area focus mainly on retail management, retail service quality, and mood analysis. He has published 15 research articles in referred national and international journals with high-level impact factor. Sir also got 2 article and 2 case study publication respectively in UGC listed journals and has 2 article publication in Scopus Index Journal. Sir has also organized a series of investor awareness program in association with Bombay Stock Exchange Institute. Dr. R. Satish Kumar is a national editorial board member and reviewer of Journal of Management Research and Analysis. Sir has been awarded with Best Senior Faculty in Management from DK International Research Foundation, Tamil Nadu, Outstanding Faculty in Management from Venus International Foundation, Chennai, Certificate Excellence in Reviewing Article from Journal of Management Research and Analysis. Dr. R. Satish Kumar also have been awarded with Bharat Excellence Award 2020 and Leading Educationalist of India Award for Educational Excellence from Friendship Forum of India, New Delhi. Sir, we are happy to have you with us today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, a good evening to one and all present here, and the participants of the the 5 days FTP on the ethical and responsible AI, the challenges and opportunities. This is the fifth series of faculty development program and the workshop organized by the Commerce and Management Association of India. There have been a lot of initiatives have been taken from the Commerce and Management Association of India, including the new initiatives of bringing a edited book volume on the 3 different titles. Hope that many of the lifetime member of the Commerce and Management Association of India have been given their book chapters, and as a secretary, Dr. Amir Junaid Ahmad is doing a wonderful job in bringing in the faculty members, academia, and industry experts together. And there have been a lot of initiatives have been taken to upskill the skills and the capabilities of the faculty members. If you look at the series of the faculty development programs and initiatives have been taken by Commerce and Management Association of India, is evolving from one level to the next level. And we are also happy to share that they also came out with another association, that is Association Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning and Innovative Entrepreneurs and Engineers Association. That is an initiatives has been brought along with the Commerce and Management Association of India. So this is the workshop. It is in collaboration with the Coimbatore Institute of Technology with the AMIEE associations. This is predominantly on the very innovations front, that the faculty development program, that is, as the title it is mentioned, ethical and responsible AI and the challenges and opportunities. If you look at the session details going further down, it is all revolving around the AI, the broad aspect of the artificial intelligence. And as we all aware that artificial intelligence is changing the landscape, that how we are dealing with our day-to-day routine lives and academia, and as well as the industries. No industries or no sector is exceptional to the the change that taken over by the artificial intelligence. So I feel the topic such like ethical and responsible AI and challenges, opportunities, it is an opening we can say that it is an like an eye opener kind of thing for the people who have been closely related with the a sector which is really need a adaptations to the artificial intelligence. For example, we are from the academic fraternity. Even our own the educational institutions landscape has been quite a lot has been subject to the artificial intelligence, and our own students are they have started working in terms of the bringing out their live projects, in terms of bringing out their routine assignments. They are all taking the support of the chat GPTs and then Geminis and other generative artificial intelligence platforms. So having said that, this sort of a faculty development program and then the workshops, really it is going to enhance the knowledge and skill sets that's required in the day-to-day's the evolving time of the artificial intelligence. And once again, I extend my sincere gratitude to the Coimbatore Institute of Technology in association with the AMIEE associations for bringing out such a very relevant and apt topic for the discussions. And extend gratitude to all the uh, patrons and speakers, presidents, coordinators, session coordinators, and all technical committee members. Yeah, all the very best. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Now I would like to introduce Dr. Valiyappan Raman. Sir is the convener of the one-week online FTP and workshop on ethical and responsible AI challenges and opportunities. Dr. Valiyappan Raman is a professor and head in the Department of AI and DS at Coimbatore Institute of Technology. He also served as adjunct professor in the Faculty of Engineering, Computing and Science at Swinburne University of Technology, Sarawak, Malaysia. His research interest lies in the areas of artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, and pattern recognition specialized in medical imaging, ranging from theory to design to implementation. He also collaborated actively with international researchers in several other disciplines of computer science, particularly in the Internet of Things and data science. He has a strong supervision track record of guiding masters and PhD students. He has authored and co-authored patents, many technical papers in high impact factor journal and A-rated international conferences. He has won various research grants and industry funding on a project related to computer-aided diagnosis system and healthcare applications. Sir has served on many conferences and workshop program committees and part of the technical review team in IEEE and elsewhere journals. Sir holds the professional membership of Institute of Engineering and Technology, Senior IEEE, Chartered Engineers UK, International Professional Engineer, Australia Computer Society, Institute of Engineers, and Malaysia Board of Technologists. Prior to joining CIT, he worked as a deputy head, School of Information Communication and Technology at Swinburne University of Technology, Sarawak campus, Malaysia. I request Dr. Valiyappan Raman to speak a few words on today's faculty development program. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such a nice brief introduction. Very good evening, everyone. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all for this one-week virtual faculty development program and workshop on ethical and responsible AI and challenges and opportunities, which has been organized by our Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Coimbatore Institute of Technology, and AMIEE. So CIT, Coimbatore Institute of Technology, is a very premier institution of higher learning, which has always been committed to fostering academic excellence and nurturing innovative minds. So we too organize a lot of FTPs internally and externally, so which help equip the participants with the latest knowledge, skills, and methodologies in the respective field. So today's FTP partnering with AMIEE. So as it's more important for the current society of getting more hype on the artificial intelligence, as we are all witnessing the pivotal moment in the history of technology. AI is once the stuff of science fiction. Now it has become a reality. It is transforming the industries and it is revolutionizing the healthcare. It is shaping the way how we live, the work, and interact with one another, right? So, however, with this rapid advancement of AI, is keep growing, but it also needs ethical consideration. So AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on and the algorithm they are going to be programmed with. If the systems are not developed and deployed responsibly, means they can perpetuate or amplify existing biases, discriminate against marginal groups, or even it can pose a threat to our privacy and security, right? So as an educator, we all will play a pivotal role in shaping the future of artificial intelligence. So while we have been to our students, the next generation of researchers, innovators, so need to be instrumental in determining how AI is going to be used and integrated into the society. So it is our responsibility to equip them with the knowledge and tools to develop AI systems that are beneficial, fair, and to be transparent. So I feel this FTP program is designed to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of the ethical dimension of artificial intelligence. So when I see the topics over here from the speakers, so this FDP is going to explore on topics such as bias and fairness in terms of like how AI systems can perpetuate or amplify existing bias and discriminations, or transparency and explainability, and privacy and data security, accountability and governance, right? So there are a lot of interesting topics where the speakers have been going to deliver on this 1 week of this evening sessions. So I feel like by dwelling into these issues, we aim to foster a culture of ethical awareness and responsible AI practices within our work. We also believe that this program will not only enhance our individual understanding of the AI ethics, but also contribute to the development of a more just and equitable AI ecosystem, which is very important for the current global needs. So I encourage all of you to actively participate in the discussion, share your insights, and then put more questions so that we all can ensure that AI is being developed and used for a betterment of the humanity. So also on this occasion, I would also like to thank the AMIEE for taking efforts to partner with our institution, Department of AI and DS in CIT, right, for organizing such a wonderful event. And also, I would also like to thank the FTP coordinators, co-coordinators, session coordinators, the speakers for putting their efforts to spend their time and sharing the insights and their experiences of this interesting topic. So thank you to all the participants, and I wish you all a fruitful and informative program. Once again, I welcome you all and all for this 1 week FTP program, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs.
Thank you.
Respected dignitaries and dear participants, today we will be having a two session. The first session is about overview of ethical frameworks in AI, including fairness, transparency, and accountability. And the second session about the key issues in data privacy related to AI models. Without making delay, I would like to introduce the first speaker of today's faculty development program, Dr. A. Vanitha. Dr. A. Vanitha, Associate Professor in the Department of Management Studies from Savitha Engineering College, Tamil Nadu. Ma'am have completed PhD in Management from SSCS VMV, deemed to be University from Kanchipuram. She has completed UGC NET in a management in the year 2012. Ma'am was investigator for University Minor Research Funded project, the title called Management Issues and Opportunities of Women Entrepreneurs on Their Relevant Business, a study with a special reference to Kanchipuram district. She acted in a various academic related activities such as chief guest, resource person, expert member, external examiner, question paper sitter, and a panel member in more than 12 national and international conferences and seminars. Ma'am is a lifetime member in Indian Society for Technical Education, National Institute of Personnel Management, Commerce and Management Association of India too. When it's come for publication part, Dr. A. Vanitha has published many number of research paper in Scopus, Web of Science, UGC Care, EBSCO, ICI, and peer-reviewed journals. Ma'am, it's our pleasure to have you with us today as a speaker on title called Overview of Ethical Frameworks in AI, including fairness, transparency, and accountability. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, are you able to hear?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Can I share my screen, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am, yeah.
Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ma'am, kindly go to slideshow mode.
Okay. Good evening to everyone who has joined us for the 1 week online FTP and workshop on ethical and responsible AI challenges and challenges and opportunities. I am Dr. Vanitha, Associate Professor in the Department of Management Studies at Savitha Engineering College, Chennai. With over 2 decades of experience in academics, my passion for teaching and my interest in human resource have guided my professional journey. I would like to take this moment to thank Dr. Amir, Program Chair, and the team at Commerce and Management Association of India for giving me the opportunity to serve as a resource person for this session. Now, let's explore into today's topic. Our focus is on an important aspect of AI, an overview of ethical frameworks in AI, including fairness, transparency, and accountability. To begin, imagine applying for a job where your application never reaches a human recruiter. Instead, an AI algorithm decides your fate. It sounds futuristic, right? But this is happening today. In 2018, a major tech company had to abandon its AI recruiting tools because it was biased against women. The AI had been trained on resumes from the previous decade, most of which came from men. Consequently, it began to downgrade applications that contains words like woman, women's, or those that came from all women colleges. This is a clear example of how bias in AI can unintentionally reinforce existing inequalities. Let's look at another instance. In 2021 study by the Brookings Institution revealed that over 50% of facial recognition AI systems exhibit racial bias with error rates up to 34, higher people with darker skin tones. In healthcare, AI systems are also at risk of perpetuating biases. In 2020 study showed that an AI healthcare system in US designed to allocate medical resources was biased against black patients. Since black patients historically receive less healthcare despite higher needs, the algorithm underestimated their risk levels. This meant they were less likely to receive the care they needed, even when their conditions were just as severe as those of white patients. Unfortunately, this is not an isolated incident. Data shows that 43% of AI systems used in high stakes fields like healthcare, finance, and criminal justice have demonstrated biased outcomes against marginalized groups. Actually, this paints a clear picture that is AI continuously to influence decisions in critical areas like healthcare, hiring, law enforcement, and education. It is essential that fairness, transparency, and accountability are built into these systems from the very start. Close to home in India, we have seen significant AI-related challenges as well. For example, the Aadhaar biometric identification system used by over 1.3 billion people has faced considerable scrutiny regarding privacy concerns. While Aadhaar is an AI-driven system designed for efficient governance, critics argue that its lack of transparency and the potential misuse of personal data bearing serious ethical risks. In 2018, the Supreme Court of India ruled that although Aadhaar is constitutional, its implementation raises concern about surveillance and data protection. This emphasizes the need for strong ethical safeguards in AI systems, especially those dealing with sensitive personal information. Another case, if you take, that highlights the importance of transparency and accountability in AI, it is about facial recognition technology by law enforcement in India. Delhi police, for instance, used AI-based facial recognition during the 2020 protests. However, research has shown that these systems have a higher error rate for women and people with dark skin tones, raising concerns about racial and gender biases. As AI-driven surveillance becomes more prevalent, questions of fairness and accuracy are very more persistent. Let's consider another example which influence of AI on social media platforms. In 2020, Facebook's AI algorithms came under fire in India for amplifying misinformation and hate speech during political charged periods. Designed to enhance user engagement by personalizing content, the algorithm end up promoting inflammatory posts, particularly around elections. Internal reports indicating that this led to offline violence also. This brings up a critical ethical issue when when AI prioritizes engagement over truth. It can fuel misinformation and undermine society harmony also. This highlights the need for fairness, transparency, and accountability in the design of AI algorithm. Now let's deal into the existing world of artificial intelligence or AI. So what is this AI? Well, it's the simulation of human intelligence in machines. These machines or systems can actually perform tasks that would typically require human reasoning, learning, decision making, and problem solving. Sounds fascinating, right? AI systems use algorithms and data to analyze patterns, make predictions, and automate processes. And these systems can range from the very basic rule-based automation to some of the more advanced self-learning models like neural networks and deep learning algorithms. Now, we are not going to concentrate on all these things. When we talk about the AI applications, as you are seeing in the slide, where do we see AI making an impact? Let's look at some key applications. Natural language processing, that's NLP, really shines in understanding and generating human language. Think of virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa, which is most commonly used by most of our day-to-day life usage. Machine learning, if you take, for example, a subset of AI to learn and improve over time using data and experience. This is what's happening behind the scenes when platforms like Netflix or Amazon recommends something new for you, which is shown in the shows. Next, coming to computer vision. AI system interpreting visual data like facial recognition or medical imaging, where AI helps doctors identify issues more accurately. As you are seeing in the computer system, that is computer vision system, as generally a human, when they are seeing a bowl of fruits, by seeing with the eyes and thinking over in the brain, will tell what it is in the plate. But when it is a computer vision, which is seeing through the sensory device, interpreting into the device and giving us an output of what is in the plate. As AI continues to integrate into our lives, it's essential to think about the ethical implications. How do we ensure fairness, transparency, and accountability? And how do we manage the societal impact of intelligent systems? These are big questions that come with big innovation. Now let's look at how AI is transferring industry across the globe, starting with healthcare. Healthcare, AI is already making waves here, from assisting in diagnosing diseases through advanced image, that is analysis, to personalized medication, where treatments are tailored to individual patients based on their genetic makeup. Not to mention robotic surgeries, which are improving precision and reducing human error. Then coming to finance, AI helps detect fraud in real time, powers algorithm trading by analyzing market data in ways human cannot, and supports customer service through chatbots and virtual assistants. It's even used for risk assistance, that is risk assessment, making loan approvals fairer by removing human biases. Then if you come to the retail and e-commerce, ever wonder how Amazon knows exactly what you are looking for? That's AI at work, personalizing your shopping experience. It also optimizes inventory management and also enhances the customer support with AI-driven chatbots. If you come to manufacturing, AI-powered robots and predictive maintenance systems are helping manufacturers prevent breakdown before they happen, while also improving quality control on the production line. If you see in education classrooms, AI is creating personalized learning experience for the students, and it's automating administrative tasks like grading, scheduling, which frees up more times for teachers to focus on teaching. Even see AI-powered tutoring systems providing students with personalized support. If you come across with transportation, this is a big one. AI is the backbone of autonomous vehicles, thinking self-driving cars and drones. It's also used in traffic management to optimize city traffic flows, making our commutes more efficient. In agriculture, if you see, farming uses AI to optimize crop yields by analyzing soil health and also weather conditions. Robots are also being used for automated harvesting, and AI is crucial in pest and disease detection for early interventions. Entertainment and media, if you talk about, AI suggests content on platforms like Netflix and Spotify, and even creates content like AI generated art and music. We also see it is video games where AI enhance interactive experiences. Energy and utility, if you talk about, AI is improving energy forecasting to balance supply and demand efficiently and optimizing the use of renewable energy. Smart grids are also powered by AI, ensuring better energy distribution and reducing outages. If you talk about public safety and law enforcement, AI is transforming surveillance through facial recognition and video analysis, while predictive policing tools like anticipating crimes. It also aids in disaster management, offering real-time data analysis during emergencies. So, as we can see, AI is reshaping almost every industry out there. It's improving efficiency, driving innovation, and making our lives easier in countless ways. But with great power comes great responsibility. It's a vital we address the ethical considerations of fairness, accountability, and transparency as AI continues to evolve. When we talk about the ethics in AI, we are essentially addressing how we ensure that AI systems are developed and used responsibly. Let's see into the key reasons why ethics in AI is crucial. First, preventing bias and discrimination. AI systems rely heavily on the data they are trained on. If that data reflects existing societal biases, whether racial, gender based, or economic, AI can end up amplifying those inequalities. Ethically, if you talk about, AI focuses on fairness, make sure we address and minimize bias in decision making also. Second, if you come across ensuring transparency, some of the most advanced AI models like deep learning are often called as black boxes because we don't fully understand how they are arrived at certain decisions, even as developers. Transparency in AI helps build trust, making it essential for users to know how these decisions being made. Third, if you talk about accountability in decision making, when AI systems make mistakes, whether it's false arrests through facial recognition or biased job screening, who do we hold accountability? Ethical AIS, ethical AI ensures clear accountability so that we don't end up in situations where no one is responsible for the consequences of AI's error. Fourth, when we talk about, we need to focus on data privacy and security. AI thrives on data, and without proper ethical guidelines, personal data cannot be misused or exposed to security breaches. Ethical AI guarantees that privacy laws are respected and data is handled with care. Fifth, when we talk about avoiding harm and misusage, that is misuse. Unfortunately, AI can be used for harmful purposes. Think autonomous weapons or deep fakes. Ethical AI ensures that we focus on using AI for good, minimizing potential risk. Prompting inclusivity and equity, when we talk about, it's important that AI benefits everyone, not just a select few. Ethical AI ensures that the technology is inclusive and accessible, helping reduce the digital device. When we talk about, to sum it up, if we don't integrate ethics into AI development, we risk reinforcement societal inequalities, harming individual and eroding the trust in technology. Ethical AI practices safeguard our values, protect the vulnerable, and ensure that AI serves the greater good. Ethical frameworks in AI. These frameworks help align AI systems with societal values, focusing on areas like fairness, transparency, and accountability. These are not just abstract concepts, they help mitigate risks such as bias, discrimination, and system failures. Let's start with fairness. This means that a system must treat everyone equally without bias or discrimination. Under fairness, we look at bias mitigation. That is, it's crucial to identify and reduce biases in the data used to train AI systems to prevent discriminatory outcomes. The example which I given regarding the recruitment process, regarding the fairness, it should not be biased when it comes under fairness. Equity and inclusive. Ethical AI should work for everyone, not just the majority, as I am talking about the example of Black patients and white patients. We must ensure marginalized groups aren't disproportionately affected. Equal access. AI should be accessible to all, avoiding any exclusive due to socio-economic factors or technological barriers. Next, coming to the transparency, this is about making sure of AI systems are understandable to everyone involved with developers, users, and affected individuals. When we talk about the transparency, it should be explainability. That is, many AI models are seen as black boxes, as we are talking about, but ethical AI needs to be explainable, allowing people to understand how decisions are made. Data transparency, it's also important that data used in AI systems is auditable. People need to know how the data was collected, processed, and applied. That is what we talk about as clear communication. AI-driven decisions, especially those impacting people lives, should be communicated in a way that's easy to understand. Lastly, when we talk about accountability, we need to make sure someone is responsible if AI systems cause harm or don't function properly. Accountability includes responsibility for AI outcomes. Developers and companies must be accountable for the AI systems they build and implement. Governance and oversight. Strong governance frameworks should be in place to ensure AI systems meet legal and ethical standards. If you talk about legal and ethical liability, when AI causes harm, there should be clear legal pathways for recourse, ensuring responsibility can be traced back to those who built or deployed the system. In conclusion, these principles like fairness, transparency, and accountability are critical for building ethical AI. They guide developers and organizations, ensuring AI enhances human well-being without introducing new risks of harm or discrimination. If you talk about the AI decision-making process, imagine this is a flow chart guiding us through how AI models make decisions. We begin with input data. It's like the raw materials for our model, the relevant data that we collect to address the problem at hand. Then we move to the pre-processing. This is where we clean and transfer the data, making sure it's in a good shape for analysis. Think of it is preparing ingredients before cooking. That is before cooking, what we see as for ingredients. Next, in feature selection, Here we pick out the important elements from our data that will help the model perform better. It's like choosing the right spices for the dish. Once the data is ready, we need to select the model. This step is also about choosing the right AI model that fits the problem and the characteristics of the data. Then we get into the real action training and model. That is training the model. This is where the AI learns from the data we have provided. After that, it's to evaluate the model. How well is it performing? We use validation techniques to assess its accuracy and reliability. If it passes the test, we move to the deployment, setting the model loose in the real world to start making predictions. Now it's making decision based on new input data. This is the predict output phase. But here's a critical moment. That is explainable AI. At this stage, we ask ourselves, that is, can we understand how the AI is making its decisions? If not, we might need additional methods to explain its choices. Finally, we reach out the output where the AI provides its predictions or decisions. That is, this flowchart reminds us how important transparency is about. Simple models can offer clarity, but complex one often lacks that explainability. If you would like, we can explore more things about this decision making. Because of time constraint, I'm just shown with the AI decision making process. Now let's shift to AI auditing tools. These are all crucial for making sure of AI systems are fair and transparent. Let's look at some of the top tools available. Just I'm showing with the auditing tools. Maybe in the further sessions, maybe experts will be taking more about these. IBM AI Fairness 360. This is an open source toolkit designed to detect and reduce biases in machine learning. That is machine learning models. It offers metrics to help identify biases and also algorithms to mitigate it. If you talk about Google What If tool, with a visual interface, this tool allows users to analyze models without needing to write code, making it easier to spot performance issues or biases. Then we talk about LIME, local interpretable model agnostic explanations. LIME helps explain more about that is explain predictions by approximately the AI model with a simpler, more interpretable one around specific predictions. When we talk about SHAP, Shapely Additive Explanations, this tool uses cooperative game theory to fairly assign each feature's contributions to the AI model's predictions. Fiddler AI, it offers model monitoring and management, ensuring that AI systems continued continue to go with the continue to perform fairly over time. Data robot, if you talk about, this tool provides automated machine learning with built-in monitoring and auditing, helping users track model performance and identify biases. FairLearn, this open source library focus on improving fairness in machines, and also we can able to machine learning models by visualizing metrics and assessing fairness interventions. Microsoft fairness dashboard, if you talk about part of Azure Shoot, it helps users assess how their models perform across different demographic groups. Many more models auditing tools we have. These tools plays an essential role in ensuring AI systems which are developed responsible and the transparency also. Depending on specific needs, organization can choose the tool that fits their use cases best. If you talk about the current regulations, just I'm going to give a gist about what are the regulatory frameworks governing AI, with AI increasingly influencing every sector. It's clear we need regulations to ensure ethical and transparency. When we talk about the first AI application, the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) in the European Union places strong emphasis on data privacy and protection. It also has specific guidelines for automated decision making. I'm not touching upon more about these points in future sessions. Maybe these are all discussed in detail. When we talk about the AI Act, which is proposed by the European Commission, classifies AI systems based on risk levels. High risk applications will be subject to strictly rules around transparency and accountability. In the US, the Algorithmic Accountability Act proposes that companies should assess the impact of their automated system to ensure accountability and fairness. When we talk about the Singapore's AI ethics and governance framework, it sets a clear guidelines for responsible AI development, focusing on ethics and accountability. Now all we have one question, that let's talk about India's position. India does not have a dedicated AI regulatory framework yet, but discussions and initiatives are underway. There's growing recognition of the need for ethical guidelines as AI becoming more prominent. So as AI continues to develop, regulatory frameworks will need to evolve to address ethical, legal, and societal challenges. If you are interested in specific regulations or framework, maybe in future sessions we'll going to see about that frameworks which help us to understand more. If any of these areas are interesting, or if you have any questions, feel free to bring them up. There's much to explore when it comes to AI and future in our world. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Any questions you can ask towards me.
Dear participants, if you have any queries, our speaker is ready to answer to those questions. Participants can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Otherwise, you can drop your question to a chat box.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
This is Dr. Ruchika Joshi from Deshbandhu College, Delhi University, Physics Department.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, very impressive presentation, very impressive and very useful.
Yeah.
Means I was not having that much awareness that you have circulated right now.
Okay.
Ma'am, my query is as we have gone through the elections, right, in India. So lots many useless things has happened that has been circulated over your WhatsApp group and lots many platform. So as you are saying, we should have some initiation while taking this some rule and regulations for AI, for
Yeah.
ethical AI.
Yeah.
So can you give means very little information up to what level we have reached? Can we work over it? Like, is this area open for us?
Still we are working for it. That is, that's what the regulations of Indian governance is talking about. It is under the process of proposals only, because
Okay.
we have more challenges when compared with coming as an act in India. Like
Yeah,
different sectors are coming into picture of using AI. These regulations has to be tailor made based on the industry. So
exactly.
this is making a challenge to the governance also to make it that is point to point, which they can do it for each industry. No, when
Mm-hmm.
we talk about the European or Singapore or US countries which they have implemented, they are being clear about the regulation of when they are implementing, as we are talking about transparency or fairness. They are clear about what they want to be. Actually, we are also adopting the same regulations where we require.
Mm-hmm.
When
It,
India wants,
because it varies from country to country, right?
still we are not yet been in a position to act based on our regulations. We are
Hmm.
adopting from the other countries only. As
Okay.
we are talking, I am also I have also added one example for that passing of non-parliamentary, which is not required in the forum of society where social media is using. Facebook is a platform where when during the time of 2020 election, they have misused a lot.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is where the political parties also have been not conveyed the proper information. Actually, even though the parties are not being the same what they are been exhibiting, the way the information passed is not in the right way.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when we go with the approach or when we have the adoption of AI into our day-to-day life. So
Hmm.
still it is going with the what I can say as only in the proposals, not in the actual action is being taken by the government.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Actually, government is highly influenced by this.
Yeah, yes, government is also influenced, but we
Yes.
are in the position of just discussing in this forums only.
Forum only. Yeah, I can understand.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other question from participants?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, ma'am, you are saying the consideration of A is an ethical one, but still we can consider A as a model, like a replaceable of the human brains, right? So how can say it is
My
a
point is,
ethical?
actually, the point is we are using in multiple industry levels. Like, no, we are very advanced in using the technology. But what is happening is when we are being attached or engaged with using with this AI also making mistakes. That's what I'm giving in the first session or the first slide intro when I'm giving. I have used many examples like if you see in 2018, Amazon Recruiter is making an impression that it has to only take with the applications of men. They are not using with the women category of resumes. Once when they identified what happening with the women applications, then only they identified that A is making an assumption that only Amazon Recruiter or recruitment is taking with the applications of men. They don't want to see with the women applications. No, that mistake has been identified and rectified by the human. So when we are adopting and using in our day-to-day activities, AI is making use of us. Like AI is thinking that this is what human is required. This is what human that impression is made by the AI that which a human is required. We cannot decide with one particular aspect which is going on, no, ma'am. For example, as I said, for 2 to 3 years, a man only men has been recruited in Amazon. The AI is thinking that only men has to be recruited in Amazon. It is not like so. but it is thinking or it is making an impression that this is what human required. Like generally when we go to ChatGPT also, what ChatGPT is giving is the way the question, the way the prompt we are changing, only answer will be changing. That is what that prompting also makes the AI that this is what this person requires when is asking question. When we reframe, again it will reframe the answer in what way we asked for. This is what happens in AI applications when we are using. I'm telling that when we are using AI, whether AI is going in an ethical way or ethical process or not, or we don't know. That is what happening. That is what we are talking as fairness to be bought, or transparency should be there when it is being used, or when the developers are going to do it. We are making them to understand it should be transparent, or proper communication should be made whatever they develop. That's what when I'm showing the decision making model, how it should be clear when we see the slide, that is the decision making model. When we see the flow chart, we can able to understand how AI is being applied in our whole process of this development.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for your clear explanation.
Ma'am, I have one question. Being a commerce and management faculty,
Yeah.
as you stated, India still they are framing the rules and regulation towards adoption of AI.
Yes.
As companies and industry will not going to misuse the usage of AI, it not going to affect the society.
No, that's what, ma'am. Actually, what when we gone through with this AI technology, whatever it is being adopted by the industries, they are telling it should have the regulatory frameworks in the form of fairness, transparency. But whether they are following or not is to be analyzed by the government.
Okay.
But that some regulation has to be there. That is not yet been introduced, or that is not yet been only in the form of proposals only. When it comes in the form of an act, which we are talking, US is being implemented, European Union has been implemented, Singapore has been implemented, but still we have not made it as an act. If it is made it as an act, maybe people will maybe have that threat, or they will have that some awareness, and they will be cautious of what they are doing. Maybe now that lenience will be there when we have not have that proper act. Maybe in this is my opinion, which I'm thinking that if a regulation comes in the form of an act, then for example, no, when we are following the traffic rules, if you break the rules only, we know that some punishment will be there. Based on that act only, we are doing it.
True.
But if any act is not being implemented, maybe still people will do the mistakes, or still mistakes can be converted as a right things which they are doing. That is what may happen.
Okay, thank you, Mom. Thank you for the information. Any other question from the participants? Okay, thank you, Mom, for that insightful presentation. We are truly grateful for sharing your valuable insights.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mom. Quote, information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. You need experience to gain wisdom, by Albert Einstein. With this quote, now I would like to introduce the second speaker of today's faculty development program, Dr. Genesis Zoda. Dr. Genesis is an assistant professor in the Department of Commerce, SRM Institute of Science and Technology from Tamil Nadu. Ma'am has completed PhD from Wells University and Master of Commerce from Queen Mary College and Edge Hills University from England. She has presented many number of research paper in both national and international level. Her research paper title called Employee Job Satisfaction, Employee Engagement, and its impact in the organization, an innovative prep into the applicable motivational techniques in present scenario and so on, has been published in UGC Care and Scopus journals. Ma'am, we are happy to have you with us today as a speaker on a title called Key Issues in Data Privacy Related to AI Model. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. So I'll be sharing my screen. Just a minute. My screen is visible.
Yeah, ma'am, it's visible. Ma'am, kindly go to slideshow mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good evening, everyone. So as stated, I'm Dr. Genesis, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all for today's session on a very important and timely topic, I should tell, that is key issues in data privacy related to AI models. In today's world, data privacy has become a major concern, particularly with rapid advancement in AI. It is transforming industries, but it also, posing significant challenges related to how personal data is used, shared, or being protected. So now we are going to discuss today will be exploring some of the major privacy issues that AI model presents, like the previous session ma'am explained the AI models and all. So we'll be diving deep into that, and also look some real world examples to understand how we can navigate this evolving landscapes and all. So I'll be moving directly into the slides. So first, I'll explain the overview of AI and data privacy. So, uh, the key concept of this AI will refer to if we simply put into words this we can say this is as the capability of machines or computer systems to perform tasks or any other work that typically require human intelligence. So these tasks can include, recognizing speech, translating languages, or even playing games and any other thing. Even diagnosing diseases like in a medical field to diagnose what are the what disease they are suffered with, even to know that AI is being used. So AI is designed to learn and improve over time, making it a valuable tool, I should tell, in today's world. So when we take a classical example, when you say ask Siri to set a reminder, Siri uses AI to understand your voice, and it will respond to your request. Yes, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do this and all. So, and another example also I can quote, like the facial recognition. So many of us, even many people uses your face to unlock your phones, right? So AI is embedded in these systems to make them smarter and more efficient. And literally it is pretty amazing, right? But how does this AI actually get to be this smart? So I the only answer would be like the data. So AI's intelligence is built on processing massive amount of data. The more data an AI system has, the more accurate and intelligent its predictions become. I can say an example like AI in speech recognition. When the last example also I quoted the speech recognition, right? So when we use the speech recognition, it needs thousands of hours of recorded speech to understand different accents, languages, even tones. So it needs lot more spaces. So in a way, data is a fuel that powers AI. So it is very literally no amazing thing. But here's where we start to see the concern. AI system often handles sensitive personal data, our names, email address, and our history, our habits, our purchasing habits, sometimes even our medical records, everything, it is, this AI is being, monitoring and scrutinizing that. The system even this it collects and uses the data to become, more efficient and more, make us, more effective, make this, this AI system to be more effective. So I can say that, when we use YouTube and all, mm, once we have used, and immediately we'll be getting more videos related to that. So likewise, I'm not telling that no, it is related with AI. No, it is directly, linked with AI, but that is one of the classical example for that. So while this data allows AI to function smoothly, it also introduces potential privacy risks, right? This is why it is essential to ask questions about how AI is handling our personal information. That is no a very big question. So we can say take an example like, we think we'll think of some apps. So we use apps every day, like Google Maps, or let it be of anything. So I'll take Google Maps. Okay. So when we take Google Maps as an example, when you open the app, it gives you real-time information on the best routes, and even traffic conditions. Sometimes, it will give you, the shortest distance, the travel times and all. So, but have you ever wondered how Google Maps knows all this? And the apps, how the app is collecting real-time data from millions of devices just like yours, data about, some location, speed, even your driving habits, everything it is collecting. This allows it to make accurate prediction about traffic or suggest alternative routes. So when you walk, it will, by, calculating your walking speed, it will tell that no, within this time you can reach to that destination, So, while this is incredibly useful, have you ever paused to consider how much of your personal data is being collected to make these suggestions? Not just your current location, but also, all your past routes. So your favorite routes, the frequently, searched routes and all. So it's just one example how AI driven application will making our lives more convenient. Also, collecting a significant amount of data about us. The data could potentially be used for, other purposes, like including, even, some property to be sold to third parties and all. So does that sound concerning? It sometimes, we should all think about it. So now we have discussed how AI uses personal data and some privacy risks are there. So now I'll directly, moving into some, key concerns. Okay, key issues in AI and data privacy. One of the primary concerns in AI is today's collection of personal data without explicit consent of users. Yes, it might be no weird for you, but that is the real thing. I'll explain you why. So AI systems, often rely on vast data set we collected through various means. I can say that it includes web scraping, and yeah, web scraping, IO devices, and social media. And another thing, the data breaches and security. So here I've given a picture, terms and conditions. So many of you, have clicked agree on the privacy policy without reading it. Yes, even I've done that. We've all done it. But behind that trick, we often giving consent for companies to collect and use our data in ways we might not fully understand. Right. So we will not be having, time, will not, give our mind to even to know, read for the terms and conditions and all. Simply we click and click and agree, and we, move to the next sector. All we need is that, right? So a primary example for this issues I've quoted like this Cambridge Analytica scandal, which happened in the year 2010. So this involved a company harvesting data from Facebook users without the knowledge or consent. So they use this data to influence potential or political campaigns, targeting voters with highly personalized ads based on their online behavior. So now, how did AI come into play here? AI algorithms we use to analyze the collected data and make predictions about individuals' potential preferences. See how powerful this AI is? Based on these predictions, highly targeted ads and it will be delivered to influence their voting behavior. So, what makes even more concern about this? Many people didn't know that the data was being collected in the first place. So, why does AI make this issue even more complex? AI models don't just collect data, they analyze, they predict, and they also give some results. In many cases, these predictions are made about us without our direct involvement. That is the pathetic situation here. We ourselves give data. AI might predict your preference for certain products or political learnings without you actively sharing that information. So that is all about this web scraping or your devices and yes, for this data breaches and security, the second major issue I should tell, we need to look at this very carefully. This data might include anything from personal financial information to behavioral data. Because AI systems rely on this data to function effectively, a single breach could expose millions, if not billions, of users' personal information. Think of AI system as a waltz. So you know what is waltz, right? Filled with when if a waltz filled with valuable treasure, our personal data. Okay, and unfortunately, just like real worlds, they are being prime targeted for criminals. So that will be very horrible thing, right? So I've also gave quoted another example. Equifax, a credit reporting agency, was sorting incredibly sensitive information, social security numbers, birth dates, and even addresses. Now imagine AI models that stores even more granular details like your online behavior and shopping patterns and our intention, our motive, our interest and all. So when it breach one of these systems, it would be a catastrophe, right? So how do we prevent such breaches from happening? And this we have to look into very seriously, right? So AI developers need to take proactive measures. That is the only thing that we have to do, and also we have to be careful. On the other hand, to secure the data from the scandal and all. Some of the three key methods. The next slide I've included. So we are by encryption and cybersecurity, anonymization, we can prevent such breaches. I'll be explaining each and every concept one by one. Encryption, so it ensures even if hackers gain access to the data, they can't read it without the proper information or proper user key. So that is encryption. Okay, and anonymization removes identifiable information from data sets, and also making it harder to trace data back to specific individuals. So that is all about anonymization. And so it also this anonymization, anonymous person, so it directly reflects that. And cybersecurity, so on top of all these models methods, it implements strong cybersecurity frameworks, which can make much harder for hackers to penetrate our AI systems in the first place. So no, it will not, the cybersecurity will not give room for no such breaches very easily. So we have now covered how AI system can collect data without consent and how they are vulnerable to data breaches. So next we'll be seeing uh, the transparency and explainability in AI. So in this we can see that the many I can say, yeah, many AI systems, they often refer to the terminology called this black boxes. And yes, it is no, this black boxes, it is quite trendy thing, which means that even the developers who build them don't fully understand how the AI arrives at its decision. That is black box. So this lacks lack in transparency creates a major issue when we are talking about the use of personal data. So think about this. If an AI system makes a decision that impacts your life, whether it's no approving a loan, deciding your insurance rate, or even your eligibility for medical treatment, you have the right to know how the decision was made, right? But with AI, it's often difficult to provide that explanation because the system are so complex. So see how it's being worked, and we'll consider a hypothetical example for this. Now imagine apply for a loan and the AI system denies your application, yeah, without any explanation. You meet all the qualification and yet you're denied with no reason. So now we have no idea why you've denied, why you were no denied. Was it your income, your spending habits, or perhaps it might be your AI system flagged something in your credit history? No, without transparency, you are left in dark. This lack of explainability becomes a major problem, especially in sectors like finance and healthcare, where decisions can have serious consequences, right? Especially in medical field, it plays a major role. And this arises important ethical question. If AI system are making critical decisions using our personal data, shouldn't we have the right to understand why those decisions are being made? Yes, yes. So we are now addressing this legal and ethical framework. And here, the previous slide I forgot to mention that yes, we have one more thing, this explainable AI. So only with this explainable AI, we'll be moving to this legal and ethical data. Okay. So yeah. So what does this explainable AI do? Actually, this explainable AI, aims to ensure that the decision made by AI system can be understood by humans, not just other machines. This could mean providing a simple explanation for why a loan was denied, or why a particular medical treatment. My explanation, my example was recommended, like that. Okay, so it will give explainable AI. With that, we can do that. And also we have challenges of XAI. However, it is important to know that making AI explainable is easier said than done. Many AI models, especially deep learning systems, are increasingly complex. Finding balances between this accuracy, transparency, and all it is one of the major challenges. And even in the last session, members specifying that AI does some mistakes. When we see this chat GPT and all, when we use that, and behind and the below line, one disclaimer would be always showcasing that AI makes mistakes, right? So that was very interesting. So this yeah, this makes a very it leaves a big question behind us. So what was the what is the actual ethical and legal frameworks in AI data privacy does. So now we have explained about some issues. What are the issues in AI and in in data privacy and all. So now we look into some legal frameworks, okay, that we can to address these challenges and all. So we have you ever this terminology? Have you heard this terminology called general data protection and yeah, CCPA, that is California Consumer Privacy Act. So this two act is very important. So these are the two most well-known regulations. They are General Data Protection Act, Regulation GDPR, and the which is in the European Union, and the California Consumer Protection Act (CCPA), which is in the United States. Yes, these laws empower users by giving them more control over the data and require companies to follow strict guidelines when handling personal information. So we'll be on the safer side. So how do AI models need to adapt, comply with these regulations? So let's take GDPR as an example. Under GDPR, companies must ensure users have the right to access or delete, even modify their personal data. This poses a challenge for AI models that might have trained on user data for months on several years. Imagine an AI model that was trained on thousands of data points from a user's browsing habits. If that user requests to have the data deleted, it's not as simple as deleting a file, right? The AI model may have already learned patterns from the data, and removing it without affecting the AI model's performance can be really very complex. One no specific example for this GDPR enforcement, I can see this. I've mentioned Google 50 million euro fine for failing to provide transparent and accessible information about the data processing policy. The fine highlighted the need for companies not to know, not only to protect user data, but also clearly communicate how the data is being used, especially when it's powering AI driven services like personalized ads and all. So this example shows how serious the penalties can be when companies fail to comply with data privacy regulations. AI developers must ensure they are operating within these legal frameworks or risk facing significant financial and reputational damages. So it plays a major role. If company fails to do so, then definitely actions will be taken. And as the previous session ma'am was specified in India, it's been given as uh, a proposal, and sooner in short time we'll be getting data or regulations like that. And yeah, the next thing we'll be moving into, okay, the next thing we'll be moving into ethical and yeah, ethical AI frameworks. So it's very interesting actually. uh, so beyond this legal requirements, like we have learned GDPR and CCPA. There is also an ethical dimension for data privacy. So legal compliance is essential, it is needed, but it's not always enough, right? So AI developers and companies should adopt ethical AI frameworks, which eh, signifies or prioritize fairness, transparency to the users, right? So what is this ethical AI? Ethical AI, we can say that ethical AI means designing systems that consider the social and moral implications of their actions. It's not just about following the law, it's about doing what's right by users, especially when handling sensitive data and all. That is ethical AI. So I can also give, I've also quoted an example here, Apple and differential privacy. So a company often cited for its focus on privacy, the Apple, right? So Apple employs a technique called differential privacy in some of its AI models. Which is essentially this allows them to gather useful insights from large amounts of data without exposing individual users. So, for example, Apple's AI can analyze general patterns in how people use their phones, but it does so in a way that keeps each person's data anonymous. So, first part we discussed anonymization, right? So that I've specified here. So I've also we'll break it even more short apart. When we see this Apple's approach, it ensures that even if someone gains access to their data set, they can't identify individual users. It's like looking at a blurred photo of a crowd, or you can see general patterns like how many people are there, but you can't pick out specific faces or specific persons. This helped Apple maintain user privacy while still benefiting from the data for AI implements. I can also quote another example like um, when you use Google Forms and all for searches, they will tell that your name and and nothing will be revealed. And in some day Google Forms and all, they will not even ask our name also. So by getting the data, they'll be seeing that huge amount of data is there, but they will not see that this person has done that, done this or that or not. So likewise it happens. And this approach is a great example of how companies can balance data privacy with the need to improve their AI models. Apple shows that it's possible to prioritize ethical considerations while still harnessing the power of AI. So that is the main thing that we'll be looking into this ethical AI and framework. And we'll be moving to the next. Yeah. So with this is the last part of this session. So I have given some solutions for addressing this data privacy issues in AI. And yeah, so the first one is anonymization and data minimization. So we've been discussing this anonymization and data privatization and all, data minimization and all. So one of the fundamental ways to safeguard this privacy is through anonymization technique. Anonymization involves stripping personally identifiable information from data sets so that individual users cannot be traced back to their data. So imagine a data set within information on customer purchases. Instead of storing personal details like name or addresses, or data sets can be anonymized, retaining only the details necessary for the AI make accurate predictions like purchasing trends, purchasing behavior, and interest and all, right? So one interesting application of data minimization is I've specified, right? Federated learning, Google federated learning, I've specified here. This approach allows AI models to be trained across decentralized devices. Decentralized devices, it might be of your smartphone, without storing any of your data on the central server. So it will do that. This AI model learns from the data in your devices without ever seeing the raw data itself. So why this happening? So this minimizes the risk of privacy breaches because no sensitive data is stored centrally. So it reduces the hacker, and it could access a massive data repository. So that is the thing here. And the second one, differential privacy. So differential privacy, it is a technique to protect data privacy. So this method introduces noise or no random changes to the data set. So making it impossible to identify individual uses, even though the AI model can still exact useful. It will take useful insights from the data. It This differential privacy will reduces the noises. It will not give the exact data. So I can give you an example. Let's say you use a service that tracks shopping habits. With differential privacy, small random changes are made to your data so that it becomes nearly impossible to trace your personal activity. But the overall trends in the data set remain intact. Okay, so that is the main thing I could say, and lot more examples are there. And yeah, we can say, we can take Apple also here. Apple is it is a major advocate of differential privacy. Yes, using it more or no using it to improve services like autocorrect or emoji suggestions. The data is used to enhance the AI capabilities, but Apple ensures that individual uses and that data remains anonymous. So why this differential privacy is so important? So this technique offers a balance between data utility and privacy, allowing companies to benefit from user data without compromising individual privacy. So this is very, very essential since it offers data utility and privacy. And moving to the third point, blockchain for data privacy. So blockchain uh, is a well-known concept here, which underpins cryptocurrencies like commerce. We have Bitcoin and all. Another promising solution for AI data privacy issues. By decentralizing control over data, blockchain gives users more autonomy and enables them to track exactly how their data is being used. So it is very, very important, and it is very, very essential thing to know about it. So how this actually work for privacy? With blockchain, instead of a central authority controlling and storing data is distributed across the network of computers. This ensures that no single entity has total control. It makes more difficult for bad actors to access or misuse data. So we take Ocean Protocol, a company using blockchain to create platforms where users can share the data with AI models more transparently and securely. They provide a systems where users can control access to the data, track how it's being used, and even get compensated for its use. So is I can we can also ask question like is really blockchain a revolutionary thing? I can say, I will tell that, yes, it is a revolutionary thing for privacy. By decentralizing this data control, blockchain provides more security and transparency, giving users to say in how their data is handled, rather leaving it entirely for corporations. So I strongly suggest this blockchain for privacy, and I've suggested this three solution. And not only with this three solution, you can address this data privacy issues. Uh, to the best of my knowledge, I've gathered these three solutions for addressing data privacy issues, and by applying and implementing these issues, you can easily in the sense comparably solve or address to the data privacy issues in AI. So this is all about I want to quote with this the key issues with data privacy and AI models, and also I've given some solutions. Now the platform is open. Thank you all for that.
Dear participants, the platform is open for question and answer session. If the participants have any question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Otherwise, you can drop your question to chat box. Our speaker is ready to answer your queries. Any question from participants? Ma'am, there is a question. How federated learning is full for data privacy from Professor called Jagdisha.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So this federated learning is I can say that it is really very very useful. I've also given one example. I'll show you that. Yes. Yeah, where I've pasted that. Let me explain. So this federated learning is actually one of the main thing that Amazon also did. And when we practice that in India, no, it allows formation of state based on their linguistic characteristics and language policy, and is it also restructure the central state relation. It also uh, gives a relationship between central government and state governments in India. So when we do this practices, uh, definitely it will give data privacy for sure. So that is the main thing that I want to know quote here. I've also used examples how this federated learning, how it will impact, and also how it will be implemented in the future studies. In India it has not come, but if in India it's been practiced, definitely the state and central government will be getting benefited, and also it will give more of data privacy. Yes.
Ma'am, sir is having a continuation of the question. For a
Yes.
computer scientist, it is a new concept getting introduced in their curriculum. How you're going to address this, ma'am?
So basically, I'm a commerce grad. So for computer science, see, AI itself is a new concept, though. No, we immersed, though this AI concept, or originated several decades ago. We now we've been using this, this AI technology now. So I think that this federated concept also, when we get into it, we'll be using that, and we'll be getting used to it. And once like Bitcoin, this cryptocurrency, though it started like quite long years more, still it has not come into existence like our currency notes, like, right? So likewise, even in, let it be of in any field, when we try to use this, when especially the government imply this as a regulations, like last session ma'am said, definitely it be will be getting used to it.
Any other question from participants?
May I, ma'am?
Yes
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Same from DU, Delhi University. Ma'am, as we know, we have been taught that either computer or other machines have feelings. है ना? There is no denying that robots are superior to human when functioning effectively. But it is also true that human connections, which form the basis of terms, cannot be replaced by computers. What do you think? In near future, can AI replace human being? As
No
it is
ma'am.
day by day, it is increasing its influence,
Yeah, I
right?
can understand your question, ma'am. The
Yeah,
thing is actually, we can say both, pros and cons. Like here,
yeah.
we can, replace human. We can replace AI instead of human, but
Hmm.
there will be no role. Just few days before, I saw a video. When
Mm-hmm.
we place AI instead of human, what happens? No, there will be no human. There will be no employment with human. And even no, we say that no, AI doesn't make mistakes, but in the chat GPT, it's clearly prominently we could see, which is free app, AI makes mistakes, right? So I think
Lots of
AI,
mistakes, ma'am.
yes, lots a lot of mistake, even
Yeah,
grammatical mistake, blunder mistakes makes. But
exactly.
yeah, yes ma'am, you are 100% right. But when we try to replace AI, I can tell abruptly that we are making ourselves fools. So we are trusting no mission rather than trusting our own brain, which is created naturally. So
Yeah.
this
Means for the same task, repeated information we have to provide to AI, then only it could give,
yes,
I can say, nearly the correct version, right?
yes ma'am. So no, we can no, we should not trust the created one. We are already created, and we need to go for it.
Yeah, very much true.
Yes ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you, ma'am.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay.
Any other question from the participants? Thank you, ma'am, for that insightful presentation. We are truly grateful for sharing your valuable insights. Dear participants, we are at the end of today's FTP and workshop on ethical and responsible AI challenges and opportunities. The feedback link is shared in chat box. Kindly fill the feedback form. Let's grow together. Happy learning to all. This is Lalita, Assistant Professor from the Department of Commerce and Management from Dayanand Sagar College, signing off.